So in this video we're going to look at how to answer a 9-mark question in AQA GCSE Geography. From the spec we're looking at challenges in the human environment, and the question we're going to focus on here is evaluate the effectiveness of an urban transport scheme you have studied. To answer this question you'll do it in 3 paragraphs. The first will be about why your system is effective, the second why it's not effective, and in the third you'll do a conclusion. You'll choose from either 1 or 2 whether or not you think your urban transport system is effective, and it's important then that you justify your answer. So paragraph 1, why your urban transport system is effective. Now the transport system I'm going to be focusing on is the London Underground. So the London Underground system is an example of an urban transport scheme used in a mega city. So one reason that it is effective is because it is efficient and quicker than most other transport types. For example, 4.8 million people are transported daily through the 400 kilometers of lines to places such as Buckinghamshire and Essex. Now, if you want to get to the top level in the mark scheme in a question like this, you need to make sure you keep on going. Alright, so it's really important that you talk about the impact. As a result of this, it gives more commuters the opportunity to get to many places of work. Therefore, it is efficient and can be seen as effective, as commuters can arrive at places of work on time, which allows for them to be productive and earn money for their businesses. This can also lead to a reduction of traffic on motorways, as you have more people commuting as opposed to travelling by car and motorbikes around the city. Now our second paragraph will be why it's not effective. However, by having a lot of commuters using the TfL regularly, it can make it less effective. This is because at times it can become cramped in the station due to having hundreds of people trying to access the facilities every minute during rush hour. This can prove to be a huge problem, especially if there's a signal failure, something which happens quite regularly on the tube service. Again, if you want to get to the top level in the mark scheme, you've got to talk about the impact. As a result of this, people would arrive late to work, usually stressed from the delayed journey there, which will result in less productivity for the day. It can also lead to a reduction in the number of people using the train to work, especially if they may find that the service they use to commute is too unreliable and unpredictable. So now we've argued both sides of the story, we now need to answer the question and say whether or not the system is effective. So to conclude, I think that the TfL is a very effective transport scheme. My most important reason is due to the fact it carries on average nearly 5 million commuters each day to and from work. This is done too at an affordable price. And even though it has a lot of teething issues such as signal failures and delays, which means trains can spend a lot of time stationary on a platform, in the short term they can continue working on improving the infrastructure to allow for trains to run at higher speeds and reduce journey times and service volatility. In the long term then, to make people's commute more efficient, they can look towards using advances in technology to help provide a reliable and safe journey, requiring minimal closures while driving for efficiencies and cost reductions. Okay, so what next? Alright, so remember you got to keep practicing the skill. It's really important that you do so, especially if you want to get to the top level in the mark scheme. Remember how I started my point and I explained it, and then I talked about the impact. The impact is what's going to get you there. Alright, so make sure you practice, and also remember it's transferable, so you can use this technique in other subjects, especially where you have 9-mark questions or 12-mark questions. Alright, so good luck in your exams.